Hello all, welcome back to the final session for this Microsoft Excel. Just a very quick refresh what we have done. We have done simple things from basic arithmetic computations over here to some of the I would say interesting formula using if, and then how we can make it more complicated, more I would say more kind of logic to be included so that some of the things we can just let the Excel check and fit them accordingly. Of course, these are all just this files. All right, this one with the cost over here. Let's just check this and see what is this monthly budget. Monthly budget and 26 and 26. So let me just check and 26. This grand total over here is not equivalent to this. Oh, interesting. They look same, but why is it not similar? Why is it false? Oh, shit. Let me just check again. This equals to this one. False. Oh. Let's see. Five. Very simple. We just use this minus with this one. All right, I don't know. Why is it false over here? Maybe you can let me know why is it false over here. What I would say is maybe it's the decimal fault, but I cannot see why there are difference. There are difference over here. But anyway, this is interesting. There should be something causing this to be false. Let us come back to this and check again when we check back. We also learn on how to, I would say, make the template more interactive. We have created also the graph over here, and also these are all the interactive, I would say, interactive cells in the Excel. All right, what I'm going to say. That's all pretty much to set up this. So in your assignment, you can actually do something else other than this to show your creativity that is not bounded to just the budget. You can also do it on like a depreciation or whatever kind of computation that you think will be relevant to your business. And you can also create the financial statement, all right? Then we go here to creating the random dates and random items accordingly. We use the index formula here. Use the index to generate random random numbers over here. We also did the VLOOKUP formula, and then we came over here and we have this issue over here, right? Let me see. When cash if they pay by cash method and it's still pending, usually this would not be happening to the business. If you go to a photostat shop, right, printing photostat shops, and even online, right, cash. So anything got to do with cash, you will just the remark should be paid, all right? It shouldn't be pending. So continue from the last lesson. How do we make sure that when we have cash over here, the remarks over here shouldn't be pending, but it should be paid only. So if you have been learning from the beginning over here, we can use the function called if, all right, to come out with a condition when the cells on this payment method is cash, all right, the word cash is over here, then this remark should be paid. Otherwise, they can simply go and choose the random between these remarks over here, paid or pending. Okay, so let us try to input in over here. From the equal sign, we put in the if, open the bracket, the logic test, which is this one over here, is equivalent to open the colon. We write cash, close the colon, put a comma. We can actually switch this to somewhere over here. We can put cash and then we can equal this to this cell over here. Beside here, then we can change this cell if you want to change automatically, but we just go a simple one over here, right? If it's true, all right, if it's true. So if this cell over here is cash, then we want to make sure that the output should be this one, all right, should be paid. And if it's not true, it should go through this random. Then we close the bracket. I think we are done. All right. So double click from here, column. We make a mistake, which is this one and this one. All right. This one should be fixed. All right. We should put a dollar sign in front here and dollar sign over here to lock this one over here. Can press F4 to lock the cell. All right, click enter and double click. Then you can see if anything got to do with cash, it should be paid. All right, as simple as that. Okay, so now this is just an example, right? We come back from the last class. So the problem with this is each time we click somewhere else or we select something else, it will just keep on changing and changing. And of course, this is just for, this is not real, right? These transactions are generally, they are randomly generated just for our education purposes. In reality, you will not have the transaction keep on changing each day, right? You have transactions which are real, the transactions which are real transactions. So of course, these are nonsense. So let us just copy all of this to make sure that they don't keep on changing. So let's just copy this and then put over here. Let us say the actual sales for January. Is it January? Of course. Let's just check over here. January, right? January. And let us paste. But if we paste like this, of course, all of them would run away because they doesn't have any. We didn't copy the all of this over here, right? So it will just have nothing over here. So we don't want to paste by itself. We just paste the value. All right. So we will get the value. And over here, of course, is the date. We need to change to short date. All right. Quantity, we leave them as it is. Unit price and total, let us put in the comma. These are all, supposingly we got all of this from the system, right? We extract them up and we paste them into, or we export them into this Excel. Now let us continue today's lesson. Today's lesson, of course, we completed the assignment that I gave you last time. Today we will look into how do we actually analyze, or how we make use of the sorting and filtering, and also the pivot table, how we can analyze using the Excel simple functions over here. Very simple, straight out of the book. We can sort all of this according to the date over here. All right, and sort of this according to the date. Multiple ways for you to do this. You can highlight the whole table over here and click on over to here and custom sort, or you can just select somewhere here and click on custom sort. No, inside here, Excel is smart enough. All right, it will just automatically decide your data, your table, right? It will consider, if you click inside this column, automatically Excel will detect. And this is good, right? Because we can save time, right? Last time you need to highlight from here to here, all right? Only you can click the sort, customize sort, but now you can just click inside your series of data over here and just click custom sort. You can even sort A to Z over here from the newest to oldest, or oldest to newest. You can click on like this. It can just go automatically sort them accordingly. Can you see that? Or you can go from here, customize sort. And if you can see over here, if your data got header, you can click this. If you don't have, to click this. Of course, you have the header. Click on date and go from oldest to newest. Old means the old one, like first to the newest to the 31st. Okay, and click OK. And you can see it is sort all accordingly. This is the basic sort functions. I think by now you should have learned this, right? Then there's an issue where the transaction might be jumbled up over here. Usually we not have the transaction jumbled up like this. So what you want to do is you want to just change back this one. All right, make it in accordance to the number. I don't know, I'm just making an example, all right? This is just an example. Okay. That's all for the sorting. Now let us go into one more step where you can do is, what you can do over here is filter. You can apply the filter ribbon over here by clicking on the filter. And you can just highlight the whole thing and double click, expand it bigger. This filter is very interesting. So let us say that, let us check, all right? Let us check that if cash, all right, if cash only, all right, all the remarks should be paid, right? So can you check? All right, all the cash remarks should be paid, and there's no other remarks over here. Okay, select all again. You can just check. Let us just check over here, pending, and you can see these are all the transactions that is still pending to be paid. or they are still in process. These are another interesting way to, I would say, filter, or you can just filter over here by the customer. You can see customer 1 and the total. If you highlight all of them, all right, if you remember, you can just see over here the total, the sum is over here. Right down on your bottom, over here is left, right, over here is right. Okay, on the bottom right, you can see the number of count, which is the number of transactions for customer 1, and the sum, which is 79. And that's pretty much it, all right, for the sort and filter functions. So these are interesting tools that you can come across and explore them. But you can also move into one more interesting features in this Excel, which is the pivot table. So how do you create a pivot table? In the year 2025 now, everything is made simple. You can just go to here, insert, and you can see over here the pivot chart. You can click down here, pivot chart, pivot table, blah, 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 over here. Just forget about them. You can just click on this pivot chart. You'll be prompted with this message box over here. And let me just pause. Okay, so after, that's it. After you have clicked that button, now you can just check over here. You can either on existing worksheet or the new worksheet. This is basically the pivot chart that you will place. For me, I will put on the new worksheet. So click OK. Over here, you have the pivot charts. So you can insert the field inside here to actually have a more interactive, I would say, more analysis that we can explore from this chart rather than just looking through the transactions over here. All right. So let us change this to pivot charts. Okay, so let us try a customer name and the total. So you can see over here that each customer have this total. Of course, we can slice this more, I would say filter more, so we can add in the services. And you can check that how much this customer spent for the custom order and the sales print. All right, you can further break down. Of course, you can create a more, I would say, different analysis over here according to your reference. Of course, over here will be where you can put in everything over here, but it will be overload. Basically, what kind of information you want to learn from your data, right? So maybe you want to check your customer name and then their payment methods, and then total amount, and we just drag this over here column. Can drag this over to here. It will not appear that way, but can put over here total. Right, you can see the customer with the payment method and the amount, depending on how you're going to drill down your data. Or you can add in further and minus. These are examples of, I would say, analysis that you can do using the Microsoft Excel. Of course, in more advanced data analysis, you will want to use advanced tools such as Power BI or Tableau. But for this case, you can use this Excel to do basic slice on this data over here. All right, that's all for today's lesson. Pretty much that covers up the Microsoft Excel syllabus. All right. For the VBA automation, that will be after when we have completed the Microsoft Access. We want to extract the data and import over here. We can create some, I would say, macros for us to paste them inside here easily. Other than that, that would be the end of the Microsoft Excel syllabus for the computer lab. All right. Next week, we'll be having physical class in the computer lab to do the Microsoft Access. All right. That's where the introduction to database management. All right. See you all in class next week.